I believe that through the collaboration of government, of civil society, of businesses, and us as individuals, we could combat poverty to make it a thing of the past.
Good morning, this is Tomáš Sedláček from Prague, your local economist with a hint of philosophy.
My name is Farai Mubaiwa. I am the co-founder of the Africa Matters Initiative and a partner management lead at the Youth Employment Service based in South Africa. I am a hybrid, and an African hybrid at that, because my mother is South African and my father is Zimbabwean.
This is interesting because one of the predictions or prophecies that Jesus, the founder of our Western, a big chunk of our Western beliefs and philosophy and belief and ideology, said once that there will be poor with you always. And this is true.
I believe that through the collaboration of government, of civil society, of businesses, and us as individuals, we could combat poverty to make it a thing of the past. If we take a look at the governmental perspective, COVID-19 has shown us that the economic model that we had before, which was measuring our economic productivity based on GDP, it showed us that it just wasn't sustainable. Pre-COVID-19, poverty and inequality had become normalized. And my hope is that post-COVID-19, as we build back better, governments will find a new measure of progress and not just focusing on the economic aspects, but also looking at what is my human development like.
Even in the year 2020, in very, very rich Europe or the Western world, we still have poor people. It's like a constant. I mean, today poor is of course something completely different than poor 2,000 years ago. Our poor have color TV. Our poor have access to internet and cell phones. Normally those are not prohibitively expensive things, and they live 2 or 3 times longer than the average lifespan 2,000 years ago. And then of course we have global poverty. That's something that we should get rid of.
The other aspect I mentioned was that we've got so many different civil society organizations that are doing incredible work in poverty reduction. And all of these organizations are now learning the importance of collaboration to achieve a common purpose. The third aspect I mentioned is businesses. Businesses are changing the way they operate. It is no longer enough for a business to exist simply to make a profit. Society has put a lot of pressure on business, and rightfully so, to say beyond just making a profit, how are you ensuring that you are contributing positively to our society? How are you addressing a social need and helping people for the better? And that pressure put on businesses has made corporate social responsibility, or even corporate social investment, not just a nice to have, but an obligation for businesses.
So sort of the local relative poverty that you see in Western cities, but these people have health care in Europe. These people can be cared for. They're not left to die on the street. So that's something that we probably will have with us always, relative poverty.
And the last partner I mentioned to us collaboratively combating poverty is us as individuals. Our world and our society requires us to go above and beyond to ensure that we are playing our part. And so we all have a responsibility to end poverty.
In some sense, one would wish to say forget the poor in Europe because they are already quite rich. Focus on the real poor people who, out of a world situation into which they were born, they were almost predestined to poverty. Small children without education or access to running water or nutrition or food. That's what we should focus on. So maybe forget about mankind is not just Europe, but mankind is mankind.